Hello guys, welcome once again. Today in this channel, please remember to subscribe, like and share. And today as usual, we are speaking about relationship, marriage, love. And as you know, our slogan is marriage works, and for real marriage works. So today I'm with my husband here, and you're talking a very sensitive topic. Honey, say hi to the community.
Yo!
So we are discussing a topic by why do some ladies, now I'm not saying all the ladies, mark you, I'm saying why some ladies say that their men are not taking leadership. And we want to discuss about this issue of leadership. So what is your perspective on leadership? What comes in your mind?
When I think about leadership in a married setup, basically it's for me it's like the man being responsible or showing the direction.
Yes, yes.
So, and the way I see this, this one is like so much brought up by how someone has been brought up.
Yeah, and of course we hear from the Bible, when God created man and woman, the man is the head. So even not even, I don't think it's mostly what how you're brought up, but I think even those who follow the Bible, the Christians, they can justify that. The Bible says that when God created the human beings, He created man as the head. Like he is the head, he is the one to govern everything and take leadership, and the woman is now to be submissive to man. But now you find those things are not happening in the 21st century. So as on my side, I can say that from a woman perspective, that man should always take a lead, not in everything of course, but he is the head of the family. Yes.
It's something I wanted to highlight for you. How you are quoting the Bible, that's okay. Like the man is the head of the family.
Yeah.
However, you see, someone can read the scripture, but the mentorship is not there. Okay.
Okay.
So the moment a child is born, of course this child, let's talk of like either a boy child or a girl child, they are brought up by parents, and they are observing what the parents are doing. They are observing what the father is doing, how the father is leading, whatever the mom is doing. And you see, this leadership, it's not that a small baby is born like knowing the scriptures. Most of the learning by young children, it occurs subconsciously because of what we are watching. And what we are watching, we are like assimilating that knowledge or that information in our minds.
Yeah.
So someone may not actually be a Christian, okay? He may be from another religion, but whatever this child has been brought up seeing, knowing, understanding, assimilating, internalizing, it molds or it models that person to automatically become like a leader. Like for example, when a child is growing up, of course, just like the way we were observing our parents, they are the ones who are like paying the school fees. They are building an extra house because like by the time you were born, the house was already there.
Yeah.
The car was already there.
Yeah.
So, but we are observing like it's the dad who is fueling the car, dad is taking the car for the maintenance, dad is buying an extra piece of land. Dad is going like to the banks to look for loans. They are doing business, they are doing some bit of expansions. When they come back in the house, we hear them like commanding some respect as children. Okay, like we are learning, not because we are being told verbally, this is what you're supposed to do, this is what you're supposed to do.
I understand.
We are just learning from from what we are seeing. So our fathers in the house are giving commands. At other times we can hear them quarrel, okay, they are quarreling with the mother. The children, as children, we are just staying at the back seat. We are listening to how the conversations are becoming hot. So like we are trying to see what mistake did the mother make, or sometimes the mother is calling the father, and we are trying to analyze what mistake did the father do. Okay, so we are like trying to listen to all these case scenarios or case studies. Every child is trying to analyze, so it is wrong for like the mother to do something like this. At another instance, the boy is trying to analyze, or the boy or the girl is trying to analyze, so it is wrong the way the father did, or the way the father behaved. So for me, that is what I would say, like that is what leadership, and actually that is what leadership molding is, because it starts from way back. Of course, the parents who are bringing up this child should have, like, if now, like for example, you're now in a Christian setup, the parents are the first ones to have the scriptures in their mindset, so that when they are bringing up these children, they are trying to transfer the scriptures skillfully to the children which they are bringing up. But remember, it's not about transferring the scriptures if the actions between the father and the mother are contradicting what the scriptures are saying. So a child will like automatically follow what the behaviors or the actions of the parents and not the words of the mouth or whatever the Bible is saying. Because like we as young children, most of the young children, they are actually like don't relate so much with the scriptures. Like it takes long, or maybe like even over 10 years, maybe going upward, for us to start relating and actually even understanding like the Bible itself, because the children are still gaining knowledge and etc. But back to like what you are saying,
is it the same point where you say that like monkey see, monkey do?
Yeah.
So whatever monkey sees is what they do. So in case maybe in this relationship the kids are seeing things are moving this way, that means when they grow up they would want to go the same way, or they will, maybe considering the traumas they got, or the kind of challenges they got, or if it will impacted them, they can choose to follow that, or they can choose to go contrary. Because there is also that point. Because I remember, like for me when I was growing up, my dad was a drunkard. So when I was growing up, even at campus, even when I was in high school, I could say I'll never ever step to someone who is drinking. You see now, my behavior is contrary to what was happening. You understand? So those happenings in the family, whether you're following the Bible or you're behaving like the way you're behaving, children can choose to be contrary of what is happening. So that cannot be the reason why some ladies complain that men are not stepping up. So there are other reasons. Okay, go ahead.
So okay, what you are saying is right. Of course, when you are a child, what you are saying is like that. How you chose to be contrary is because whatever you saw happening as a child was not pleasing to you at all. The experiences were like very negative. For example, maybe you and your mom, probably you were seeing very negative experiences, and a human mind is built in such a way that no one wants to stay in some areas of pain or where there's pain. So I get at that particular point, it is you was making the decision. Like me, I don't want to like actually get married by such a man. So when you are making such a decision that I don't want to be married by such a man, remember that's also like a leadership decision you are making at a small age, okay? Because whatever the decisions we make at our age, it's just cumulative of all the life experiences. When you are making a decision, and when someone is saying they are making a very quick decision, I mean their minds just filters out information, filters out content, previous experiences, and they quickly the mind quickly come up with a very precise answer, okay? Because of very cumulative experience. So you are asking about why some men
yes.
don't show leadership, okay? So number one, it can maybe because of lack of leadership when they were growing up, like they didn't see the role models. Probably they didn't have their fathers when they were growing up, okay? So probably they didn't see what a father is supposed to do, okay? And if they had a mother who was present, probably a child can as well learn, they can learn very well from their mothers, and they can actually, their mothers can teach them the leadership, like for example if they have been brought up by single parents, okay? But in this case, one parent may be present, okay, but the present parent is not available. Remember, the child may be left with the grandparents, and the parent who is supposed to show the leadership to that child probably is not there, okay? Or the parent may be there with the child, like one parent is present with the child, okay? But that present parent is not showing the leadership. He is there but unavailable. Most of the time he is away. When the parent, either he or she comes back, they are not even interested to knowing what the kids are doing. There can also be this scenario whereby also both the parents were there, or they were present, but none of them showed leadership. Okay.
Yeah, that
so
can happen.
That one can happen. And on the other way, on the vice versa, the two parents may be available and they show very nice leadership to the children who are growing up. Automatically, when they when they grow up, there's very high chances of them showing and becoming very good leaders. Okay. And from also another point of view, the parents, both parents may be there, okay? One is not showing leadership, the other one is showing leadership, and the child actually ends up learning or accepting the leadership skills or copying the behaviors of one parent and trying to just discard the issues from the other parent. But what you're trying to solve is this issue of like why some parents don't show leadership, okay?
Also, on that point, before you proceed, sorry. First of all, I've heard most of the people or motivational speakers saying that men, you tell me if it's the truth, men view children in terms of receipts, like what am I, like if you have two kids, you're viewing like what am I supposed to provide for them? Like if, for example, you need 30,000 for these kids, but ladies view children as loves. Like they are so in love with their children, but men, that's where you find actually most of the men, they are leaving their wives and just moving out and leaving actually the wife to take care of their children, because most of them view children like you don't have pure love for children. You view them like in terms of money. How much money am I supposed to give these children? Is that true? What can you say about that?
No, I can't say that is true myself. I would object to that question, okay? Simply because different people are, many people are different, okay? Me as Linus, I'm different from Timothy, I'm different from Zach and etc.
Yes.
We have been brought up differently. Some of the people, as old as they are, when they were growing up, probably they were never shown any emotional love. So if someone was denied emotional love, like they are raised up as individuals, but inside, in terms of love, it's like an empty container. You know, we always say like you cannot give what you don't have. If that love deposit was never placed in you, even when you grow up and you have your children, it may be very challenging for you to show the same amount of love. Probably my own setup is different from the setup of another household. In our household, we were showered with extreme love, okay? Like for me personally, like I'm always present. I would say that I'm a present dad or father.
What do you mean present?
There, okay? Like I'm there every day.
Is your presence felt?
Yeah,
I'm
seeing what they are doing. If I want to step out, they are like, where are you going? We want to go with you. Other times I go with them. And like if I fail to come home on time, they are complaining. The children are asking, where is dad? Can you give him a phone call?
That is true.
For many instances, I've traveled out of Nairobi and that particular night the kids don't sleep.
Yeah, I remember
they're actually crying.
Yeah,
they are crying at the middle of the night, like you are waking me up at 1 a.m. to tell them to sleep, that I would come the following day.
Yeah.
We also have this category of men, like a man lives like out of Nairobi, probably they are residing in Nairobi or maybe in their own homesteads in rural areas. They travel to distant places like for even a month or 2 weeks, and the kids are never even bothered.
Even asking.
They are even never concerned. They are never even concerned. Where is the dad? Like no one feels the gap. No one feels the absence. It's like this void of there's a vacuum, but it's like it's an okay vacuum. It's as if
okay, even
some of the members of the family, they're even like celebrating, like maybe we have peace in the family. Even when they come back, I think I've been to some homesteads whereby like when the parents come back from work in the evening, the kids are not even excited to see their parents or something like that. I mean, it's because of various reasons. Probably this thing we are calling emotional deposit of love. It starts from, and you know, in the laws of the mind or psychologically, you cannot give what you don't have or what was never deposited. But you know, we are deviating from the question. Okay? The question was
why
are some men, not all men, why are some men not taking the leadership? Okay, this one can actually be as a result of many factors. Some of the men are taking leadership, others are not taking leadership. It may be.
There's a point I wanted to ask.
It may be after now they got married, there can be marital issues. Okay.
Okay. Another point. Okay. We are coming back to that. Others are saying, the reason as to why men are like laid back. Some men are laid back in terms of taking leadership. It's because girls are more empowered. Like the time we started like girl empowerment, it took over everything. And you find like, for example, in workplaces, ladies have more opportunities than men. And you find that, for example, in big companies, ladies are the ones that get more chances than men. Explain that. What do you feel about that? Is it true or... Okay, your opinion, not about the truth.
No, my opinion is, of course, in the previous years, there's a lot of been a community championing about girl child, and the boy child has like been neglected. Okay, but that not being the case, I believe like both men and women have got equal opportunities in workplace and out of workplace. Okay, and of course there's no way you can give an opportunity in a workplace because someone is a woman and maybe they lack the leadership, they lack the skills, they lack the qualification. Of course that company will be making a terrible mistake. But if the woman has got the skills, the qualifications, the experience, the leadership skills, then why not give such a woman an opportunity to lead the organization? Okay, so for me I would say it depends who is being given the leadership role. We have got amazing men in this country who are actually leading very well. You also have got very amazing ladies in this country who are leading very well. Okay, back to the question that you are asking about the issue of the leadership. Okay, in a family setup, for example, let's come back to the family setup and not so much about the company setup. Okay, so we have got this when like two people come together as a couple. These two people are coming from different backgrounds. They are trying to match, and maybe within the 2 years of dating or the 1 year of dating, mostly we don't know the bad sides or the negative sides of each person. That period is always marked with lots of excitement and like chemistry, all that. The moment you start getting married, you settle down, you wed and you marry. You know, that's the time you start now discovering, oh, so he's like this, so he's not taking leadership, so I thought he's a very nice leader, I thought he's a champion, I thought he's what. But you see, the more years you spend together, the more like you start discovering probably how he's behaving is because of his upbringing or maybe previous leadership, okay, he'd had. How the wife is leading, it's because of maybe his previous upbringing. But let me comment on this. We have got men who take very nice leadership. They give the direction in the house. They give the vision in the house, okay? They tell their wife, this is the direction we are headed. These are the investment I think we can do. And they actually like discuss, okay? Maybe this is the car we are buying, or it's the time to buy the car. And they discuss about that. And there's actually, you can see the leadership, okay? This is the piece of land like we are buying. This is the kind of the house we are building. This is where we are taking the schools, or this is why we should transfer our kids from this school to this other school, and etc.
Yeah.
And also the vice versa is true, okay? And we have got some amazing women in marriages also who are providing excellent leadership, okay? Like they are giving directions, they are giving appropriate opinions, or like, this is the investment I think we can do as a husband and wife. I think this is the type of the car we can buy as a husband and wife. But mark this point, when a woman is giving leadership in the family, she is not trying to compete or to outdo the decisions of the husband,
yes.
because that is now where the conflict comes. Okay, so a conflict in a marriage in terms of leadership will arise whereby both the husband and the wife will feel as if the two of them are competing in terms of leadership. And that is where the mistake comes in. There is a way I can give my opinion to you, even if I'm the man in this marriage, but I'll not make you feel as if you doesn't have an option.
Sure, that is.
And there's a way you can also give your own opinion to me, but you're not supposed to make me feel as if whatever the decision you are giving me, it is as if it is final, or like I'm supposed to follow that. And if I don't follow that, like I'll just be left there, and you just continue with the decision that you made. That is where conflicts start happening in marriage, especially when there's the issue of the competition in terms of showing leadership.
I understand. First of all, you must understand that in a family where a man is providing leadership, ladies will always feel secure. They will always feel like they are owned, like they are secure in their heart and in whatever they do. What advice would you give in a family whereby ladies are the ones leading in projects, family projects? Ladies are the ones that are saying what the family should be doing, because I have such families. And those ladies are out there saying, yes, I have a man, but he doesn't ask about the school fees. He doesn't know how much I pay for the school fees. He doesn't know what we eat in this family. He doesn't, like, I have a project going on in whichever place, and he's not bothered. You know, we have such kind of men. We have things going, like for example, when you're working, we have things going in our lives. You have a man who doesn't ask you even, how was your day? How are you feeling? You have such. So you come in the house and you're like, was I married? Do I have someone who even cares? Because they don't care. They're not even asking you the next step of your life. They're not even bothering about the vision of the family. They're not even bothering about the education of the kids. Like, where can we see our kids in the next 20 years? What advice would you tell them? Because we have such, and I know ladies out there. Ladies, if you can bear me witness and you can comment on the comment section, you can tell me there are those men that are not bothered. Once they give birth, they don't care, even coming to the hospital to see the baby. Even when you're breastfeeding, they don't know the challenges that you go through when you're giving birth and that process. They are there, they don't support you. What advice would you give to such? Because I know there are those, and you know the role of a man is to provide leadership. Leadership in all. That's the challenge with it. Leadership with all the roles. Remember, men are the priests. So what advice would you give them?
Now, that one can be approached from different angles.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And
we have 2 minutes to go.
And We'll do another series. Don't mind about time, okay?
Yes.
That one can be approached from several angles. Every marriage is unique, and you cannot generalize.
Yeah.
That family whereby it's a woman who is leading, probably they married or he married a man from a family who never saw leader. Like this man never experienced any leadership, or is not a leader himself. So they just fell in love with the man. The lady fell in love with the man, but this man has never seen any leadership taking place when probably he was growing. So automatically when these two people get married, there's likely to be a challenge in that relationship or in that marriage, whereby the wife saw leadership from his parents, the husband never saw any leadership. So automatically one is going to be disadvantaged. And the only way I think how to address that problem is like discussing about it, and now the man actually coming up to realization and maybe starting like doing personal development, because now there's a gap, unless he understands that he has a gap in his life whereby he never experienced leadership. Okay, there can be another way of viewing that that question that you asked. You asked it's the woman who is showing leadership. That one can occur because of a particular conflict in a relationship whereby two parties are actually trying to outcompete each other, and one person or the husband steps back and he gives space to the lady to lead. Remember, like the husband has already stepped back because now he realizes he had his competition. So the woman is actually likely to overwork herself, thinking that I am the person who is driving. But remember, it's not because the husband is not a leader. He saw like there's a lot of competition here and decided consciously, let me give her time to read. When she feel like she's tired, then she can tell me, sweetheart, I think I'm tired, I need you. So we cannot generalize. Okay, so there can be issues of competition in a relationship, or maybe the man probably was not brought up a leader or never saw any leadership while growing up. Okay,
I understand.
You cannot generalize that some men are not manning. Again, also, they may have married. Both of them have come from very effective families, but as they start their marriage journey, one thing leads to another, conflict starts rising up, they start having challenges, they are like almost like separating. You know, they are living together, but they are like they are not like you know, in harmony. Each person is making his or her own decisions. Of course, there can be issues whereby the husband starts neglecting the family, but remember, he's not neglecting the family because he doesn't have leadership. It's because of the marital conflicts and marital issues that may be because of so many unresolved issues or accumulated issues over a period of time. The man, like, you know, they like most of the people get tired, and they will be like, let me
step back.
The same way as well, women also step back. And the men actually like they take over everything.
We bottle up. Only
that like men, we don't actually go out here discussing that I'm the one who is doing everything in the house. This issue of men are not taking leadership is actually mostly comes from women.
So from that
because
point,
like women are much more talkative, they are more emotional. Men, like, we are not that emotional. Like, we can hold our things until even the last minute. Like, when you see a man collapsing, that's the moment you realize that this man has actually been overwhelmed. So
from your point,
we cannot generalize.
From your point, I can say this, and I'm advising any woman out there. Ladies, let's have baby girl mentality. This means that, for example, if you're starting a project, a house project, let him be the one to source the contractor. Let him be the one to look for materials. Leave him to do that. Don't take lead like you're the one going to look for contractor, the one knowing where the cement is coming from, the one knowing who mechanic.
No, I will object to that.
No, listen, like
I'll
have
object
the
to
baby